So YouTube, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's the advice slanger. Here to slang some advice. um, so the question I got is, you know, how to trust your process. So when it comes to trusting your process, you have to understand that your process is your process. It's not his process, her process, mama's process, daddy's process. It's not any of that. And the only way that you're really going to be able to trust your process is if you do your process for yourself. You know, only you know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, your parents lead you and they guide you in the right direction, but at the end of the day, anybody else's opinion about what you should be doing is going to be biased to a degree. Because if you have somebody who's like, let's say you want to be a rapper, because most people, they'll be, you know, so you tell somebody you're going to be a rapper, they're going to be like, oh man, that ain't going to work, man. You got to go, especially if you drop in school or something to be a rapper, they're going to be like, nah, man, that ain't going to work, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not dropping school or dropping nothing, they still going to be like, oh, it ain't going to, nah, man, it ain't going to work, it ain't going to work, man, it ain't going to work. If you tell that to somebody who's already a rapper or a singer or, you know what I'm saying, or entertainer, the more likely they'll encourage you. They'll be like, yeah, go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and do it. Because they've done it. They've been there. You know what I'm saying? They see how it works and they benefited from them following their own path and making it work. But when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, people who ain't done that, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe you tell your parents that maybe dad wanted to be a rapper. He ain't never make it. Maybe he tried to do it. It didn't work out, so he had to go get a job or go back to school, and you know, so he gonna be like, no, son, I don't think that's gonna work. Or no, honey, you know, daughter, whatever. I don't think that's gonna work. You know, but if that's your dream and your passion, it's gonna work. You're not gonna let it fail. Anything that's your passion, you're not gonna let it fail because you really can't fail. Because it's your passion. You love to do it. Most people, when they talk about their passion, it's something that they'll say, man, I'd be doing this if I wasn't making no money. You know what I'm saying? I'd be doing this if didn't nobody care. You know, like, for example, just like me making these videos, I'm not making these videos to be like, oh, I'm going to make billions of dollars. And no, I literally make these videos to help people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to make videos to help people. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying, the money or nothing behind this. I mean, it'd be nice, but getting money for anything you love to do is nice. But if you love to do something, you're not going to really worry about the money and all that. So when you trust your process, first of all, you have to have a process. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a process. You can't just sit there and just jump off the porch and go do something with no plan. You know, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they want to just go do something and they don't have no plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan and you have to have a purpose and you have to know what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So you can't trust no process if you don't have one. But when you do actually get a plan and a process, then you have to try to get hooked up with people who are either doing what it is that you're doing, want to help you do what it is that you're trying to do, or is on the same mindset and want to do what it is that you're trying to do. Okay? Once you have your process, that's the first thing, is having a process. You know what I'm saying? You come up with that on your own. That don't require nothing but a little brain power. It's coming up with a process on your own. After you come up with a process on your own, then you need to get hooked up with the right people. Don't get hooked up with people who constantly telling you it's a bad idea. Don't get hooked up with people that's constantly telling you, oh man, it ain't gonna work. Always got something to say. Always, you know what I'm saying, woo-doo-doo. Because they're not gonna help you go. Now I'm not talking about something ignorant, you know what I'm saying, like selling drugs or or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something beneficial. You know, if you want to be an artist, don't be around people who constantly telling you what you should be doing with your artwork. Because artwork comes from the soul and the heart and the mind. It doesn't come from what they think look good or what they think look good. Because you gotta understand, what you think look good, there's a lot of other people who think that looks good. Just like music. You know what I'm saying? I make a little music. You know what I'm saying? And what I think sounds good to me probably sounds good to a lot of other people. Even what I think don't sound good to me probably sounds good to other people, and vice versa. Things that I think sound good may not sound good to other people. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I don't do it for other people. I don't make music for other people. Most people that make music, who actually care about making music, they don't make music for other people. They make music for themselves. They make music to make themselves happy. So back to what I was saying about trusting the process. So first thing is you got to have a process. Number two, you got to have a process. You got to get hooked up with people who are doing what you're doing, have done what you're doing, or wants to help you, with what you're doing. Okay. After you've gathered that up, then you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what your purpose, you know what I'm saying, if you got a purpose or not or whatever. Anything you like, you have to put work in. You have to. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is when you put in that work, you're exerting energy. So it's much more easier, it's much more rewarding, and it's much easier to go ahead and put that energy towards something that you actually want to do, because you're never going to run out of energy. You know what I'm saying? You know how like Kevin Gates be like, I don't get tired? Same deal. You're not going to get tired of doing something you love. You know what I'm saying? If you love to eat, you're never going to say, no, I don't want to eat. No, you go, every time somebody, hey man, you trying to eat? Yeah, I'm trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. If you like to draw, you gonna just draw anyway. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has to tell you to draw. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has to force you to draw. Just like brushing your teeth. You want to brush your teeth, don't you? So you gonna brush your teeth. You want to wash your face? If you do that, you're gonna wash your face. Anything you want to do, you're gonna do it regardless. So if you're already pursuing a career in something that it is that you want to do, nobody's going to have to force you to do anything. But you still have to put the work in. Because you could have the whole thing planned out for the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years. You can have that planned out. You have all kind of people around you who are the top people in whatever it is that you're trying to do. But if you don't put in the work, then it doesn't matter. So you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit there and expect everybody else to do it and nothing like that, because people who really about their business, they'll help you as long as you're helping yourself. You know what I'm saying? I used to help people before myself. No, you can't do that. You can't help people before yourself, because if you ain't got no food on your plate, you can't give them no food off your plate if you ain't got no food on your plate. So you might as well just stack yours up and then share it with them. But even then, it's better to teach them how to get food on their plate than to be trying to give them food on their plate. Because as soon as you tell them no, oh, and then all of a sudden you wrong. You ain't a good friend. You ain't a good homie. You don't support them and X, Y, Z. Crazy. But people think that way. That's why I say don't expect nobody to do nothing. Because then when they don't do it, that's going to be the time when you need it. You know what I mean? So, at the same token, when they do decide to help you, it's because you can tell that it's actually because they care about you. Now, not all the time, because there are some people who just want to help you just to benefit themselves, but at the end of the day, everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? Most people help you to benefit themselves, whether it be your parents. They're going to help you do whatever you need to do so that you can live your own life and get out their pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not wrong for them to want you to live your own life and everything. But, as parents, y'all should want children to be happy. So y'all should want your children to be happy. You don't want to force your kid into something that he don't want to do just because you know that it's going to be secure. Come on now. Because then when you're not around, they going to go do what it is they was going to do anyway. And then look at they wasted all their time. And they wasted your money if they went to college or whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? They wasted your money, wasted their money, you know what I'm saying? All that just for them to end up going to do what they originally had a passion to do in the first place. You know what I mean? Another thing I'll say, and this is just me, and you know what I'm saying, those who believe what I believe, you have to incorporate God in your process. Because you can't, what you can do on your own is literally the surface of what God can do for you. Now you still have to put the work in, because a lot of people, they try to use God as this magic trick and think that they ain't got to do nothing and God just gonna make it happen out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into that like that as far as what that's called and everything. That's a different subject. But so you have to incorporate God into your process. Pray for what you want, but like I said, most importantly, you have to put the work in. That's more important than everything. If you want to take something away from this, take away that you have to put in the work. So let's do a little recap. You know what I'm saying, from the advice slinger. So, number one, how to trust your process. First of all, you have to have a process to trust. You have to have a process to trust. You have to have people around you who are on your team, who trying to help you. You gotta have people around you who are either have done what it is that you're doing, is doing what it is that you want to do, you know what I'm saying, or at least has the same mentality, you know what I'm saying, as far as getting done what needs to be done. And then the last thing is you have to put in the work. If you do those three things, there's no way you can fail, and then incorporate God as well. You can't fail if you do that. You can't. You know, and then you have to think about it. Well, you have to think about your measure of failure. Like, what is failure to you? Failure to me is when I give up. Failure to me is when I stop going for what it is I'm going for. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to do big things with it, it's probably not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? It may be smooth to do it because it's what you love to do, but it's not going to be just smooth sailing all the time. It's not going to be just easy all the time. It's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have resistance no matter what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be a thug and a gangster and you trying to go out there and slang dope, you're gonna have resistance from the police. If you trying to do good and, you know, to give food to the homeless, you're gonna have resistance from people who hating on you. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything. People gonna hate on you regardless. As soon as you start doing good, people gonna hate on you. So don't even worry about that, to be honest. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all really, if you got a process, trust your process. But you have to have a process to trust. You know what I'm saying? And that's, everything stacks on top of each other. When you have a process to trust, then you can actually have a plan. You have a map, a roadmap as to how to get to where you're trying to get to. But then you can't have a roadmap necessarily without having people around you who actually know what the roadmap is. Or you're just going to be going through it blindly. And when you're going through it blindly, then what? You're not going to necessarily, you're not going to necessarily go the path of least resistance. Now, there's nothing wrong with making your own path. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with making your own path and paving your own way for the next person behind you. But, I mean, it's easier to at least have an idea. Now, if you choose to go a different way than that person did or that person did, that's a different thing. But you at least need to have an example of what it is of how to get to wherever it is that you're trying to go. And then after that, none of that matters ever if you don't put no work in. So, I hope this was able to help you. Like I said, I only do these to help people. I don't really care about getting big money out of it. I don't care nothing about that, because money does nothing for people's mental health. You can have $1 billion delivered to your doorstep every week, and you can buy whatever you want. But if you're not happy with yourself and you don't love yourself, you can't buy enough stuff. Simple. So, this the Advice Slanger. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably put another video out today. I don't know. We'll see. But, hey, I hope y'all like this video. I hope this was able to help somebody. I hope this was able to lead somebody in the right direction. That's, like I said, that's the point of these videos, is to try to lead people in the right direction, help them navigate through life. So, appreciate y'all. This is Advice Slanger out.